genesis of me being interested in this was hearing the demos on the website, and I couldn't believe that it was. First of all, I figured that whoever programmed it needed multiple computers, and tenor sax had its own computer, and trumpet had its own computer, and that it was going to be very complicated. And I've been using a lot of pieces of software that stream information off the disk, and once you start really taxing the computer, you start getting clicks and pops and all these different problems. And then there's the whole technical issue, and then there's the whole aspect of excessive programming to make it sound realistic. And with Broadway Big Band, I have neither one of those problems. It plays, it works. I've got one computer dedicated to it, and it just works. And I don't have to go back in and spend a lot of time programming it. I was actually kind of skeptical in the beginning that this was I'm sure this is an amazing piece of software to use, and I'm sure it took 5 months to make one demo. But the more I started to mess with it, I realized that it's just really easy, and it helps the workflow. It helps inspire me to write melodies that I wouldn't otherwise write because it sounds realistic. It's almost like I'm being educated about music and being reminded of all the different articulations that are available on an instrument because it was in the software. I'm so used to working in the box and working with software that I have to be reminded, oh yeah, just because I don't have an articulation in some other piece of software that's very basic doesn't mean that I shouldn't be able to hear that I shouldn't be familiar with those articulations, that I should remain musical. And Broadway Big Band is actually kind of teaching me and reminding me of all these articulations. Oh yeah, you can do a fall up. Well, why do I forget about that? Well, that's because the sax patch that I've been using before Broadway Big Band didn't have it. And so I just forgot that you can't, about all these other articulations. So it's great. I'm reminded of music comes first, and you need the science and the players and everything else to support what's in your head and your heart first. And I feel like I can do that again. It's kind of like shifted my paradigm from let me write music that the computer will help me to sound real. So I have to go off samples first and then ideas second. And now I can reverse it. Now I can go, I'm hearing a sound in my head, a horn part in my head, and I know that I don't have to worry about it. Like, I know that I'll be able to accomplish it and get there really quick because it's easy to use. I should say something about the mic placement and the different mic positions that you have available for every instrument in Broadway Big Band. It helps me create anything I want to create. If I need like a salsa kind of track, I'm going to do a really close mic. I'm going to choose close mics for all the instruments. And then, but maybe for the solo, I'm going to use a mic that's, something that's more off mic. It just allows me a lot of flexibility to be able to hear different genres of music in my head and know that, I can always go to Broadway Big Band to find not only the instrument I need, but the mic placement, the recording that I need.